So there are many different ways to linguistically convey what I'm about to say. And the reality is this: when you engage in the pornography industry, you're selling your soul, you're selling your attention to a satanic matrix. And what I mean by that is there's the human who chooses to walk the path of finding the soul, discovering themselves, and embodying it in all of its entirety and all of its life energy, and to take part in and partake in, to appreciate the glory of life in the present moment. So in that collective whole, in that eternal moment, in that now, there are those who give their attention to that collective whole. And when you give your attention to the whole of life like that, you get something back. You get joy, contentment, and happiness from within. It gives you strength and confidence and a sense of abundance, because the quality and vitality of your life essence is not being drained and wasted. And that vitality is your attention. But many people don't know this. So they spend their time and their attention on things that are not contributing to them or the life around them. Their motivation comes from a sense of incompleteness, because there's a part of them that feels devoid of that whole, when really they are completely whole. But they don't know, because their attention is always drawn outwardly. So there are people in the world that take advantage of this, that take advantage of these people and that type of mentality. You can see it on the back of the $1 bill with the pyramid, the eye at the top. What that is basically a pyramid or a matrix inside the whole. And there are many of those. And at the top, that eye, that all-seeing eye, is symbolic of a director or a CEO. And we, as users, are at the bottom of that pyramid, as consumers, as users. And by selling our attention for short-term pleasure, we are feeding into that CEO or director at the top. And we are essentially giving them our very life energy and our vitality. We're selling it for what they have to offer, which is short-term pleasure. It's temporary. It's devoid of that eternal whole that we are right now, and it's always with us. But so long as we're in the pleasure trap, we're engaged in that matrix, we're not going to feel whole. We're going to feel like there's something else. We need something outside of us to complete us. to sit and enjoy and embody the present moment right now, as it is here and all around you, wherever you may be, whether you're outside or inside, won't be a reality for us if we're engaged in that satanic matrix. So that person at the top, that CEO or director at the top of that pyramid, they profit off you selling your soul, selling your attention. They get a lot of material and physical wealth for that. And they are undoubtedly devoid of the whole. So what they then do is they engage in another matrix, another triangle. You could say it's a triangle inside a triangle. And they're at the bottom of another CEO or director's pyramid, another matrix. And of course, the person at the top of that matrix is devoid of the whole, so they take that person's attention, life energy, vitality, and they profit off that, and they then engage in another matrix. And that goes on ad infinitum. And it's a never-ending cycle, a trap of seeking something outside of oneself, being under illusory energy, thinking that there's something to get out of life, forgetting that you are life in all its abundance, in all its vitality, in all its bliss, in all its blessings. You are that right now. And everybody fundamentally is, but they may not realize it because they're engaged in these matrices. So there's many ways to linguistically approach it, but the reality is, when we sell our soul, sell our attention for short-term pleasure, we're basically selling our vitality, our sense of aliveness, our sense of abundance, wholeness. We sell the quality of our life essence, our energy, into these matrices without being cognizant of it, at least a lot of us. So that's the intention of this video, to bring awareness to that. Because when we do that, we're essentially lowering our vibration. Every time we engage in pleasure with the intention or motivation to be self-serving, yes, we may get some temporary gratification as a result of that, but that chips away at that sense of vitality. The cumulative effect of that is, over time, as one does that more and more so, they feel more and more devoid of the whole. So then they need more. We can all practically see this, whether it be our own life experience or somebody else's. As for myself, I used to be addicted to a lot of stuff. And, your tolerance grows. Say, you take a few hits. Woo, I'm super high. But take a few hits week after week. Then, after a while, you're going to need more. You're going to need more and more and more. And that's what I call the disease of more. Always thinking that there's something more to get out of life. Thinking that you aren't it right now. You can just simply sit here, either enjoying the beauteous creation around you, or within you, by closing your eyes and witnessing that stillness in your heart. witnessing the divine as it's revealed to your senses. Revelation is all around us, and it's always with us. But in order to experience it firsthand, I'd rather use the word witness, because experience implies experiencer. And it's really a state beyond self, beyond a personal identity, because it's simply a watchfulness, a witnessing of life as it's revealed to you. And it's a timeless silence. It's that silent awareness in back of the thoughts. And we get in tune with that by untangling ourselves from that pleasure trap, from those matrices. And it's good to realize that we are fundamentally not our thoughts. But in order to get there, in order to come full circle, we have to first focus a lot of attention on our thoughts. Because that will allow us to shift our attention from being outwardly directed to inwardly directed. And that's the fundamental shift that needs to take place in order for one to get out of that trap, those matrices, the pleasure trap, so that they can get in tune with that silent awareness and realize that they're not thought. And that's why our attention is so important. That's really the only free will we have, where we place our attention. And that is your very vitality. That's your soul awareness. Whatever you are witnessing right now, in the moment, that's your awareness. It's that determines your state of consciousness. Anyways, I think that's it. That covers it. God bless, guys.